Essential feelings, communication techniques. You must master. Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling misunderstood? Maybe you tried to explain something important, but the other person just didn't get it. Or worse, they took it the wrong way and suddenly you were in an argument you never intended to have. Communication is one of the most powerful skills in life. It shapes our relationships, our careers, and even our self-esteem. Yet when it comes to expressing our emotions, most of us struggle. This is because feelings are complex. They are not just words, they carry weight, history, and sometimes even pain. Imagine what it would be like to confidently express exactly how you feel. Imagine having conversations that strengthen your relationships instead of breaking them apart. Imagine navigating difficult discussions without frustration, misunderstandings, or unnecessary conflict. The good news is that you can learn to do this. Today, we are diving into essential techniques that will help you master the art of emotional communication. Let's explore these techniques one by one. 1. Name your feelings clearly. Have you ever told someone, "I feel bad," and then wondered why they asked, "What do you mean?" Often we say we feel bad when we are actually experiencing a mix of emotions. Emotions are layered, and each layer matters. For example, feeling bad might actually mean you are sad, frustrated, anxious, disappointed, guilty, or even ashamed. Each of these emotions carries a distinct meaning. If you do not name them correctly, others will not know how to respond. Think of emotions like colors. Saying, "I feel bad" is like saying, "I see a color," without specifying if it is blue, red, or purple. The more specific you are, the better people can understand and support you. Instead of saying, "I feel bad about what happened," try saying, "I feel frustrated because I worked hard on that project and it wasn't appreciated." Or you could say, "I feel disappointed because I was really looking forward to spending time together and our plans fell through." Getting specific allows the other person to understand what is happening inside you. It invites a more empathetic and informed response. Use I statements instead of blame. Imagine someone saying, "You never listen to me." How do you react? You might immediately feel defensive or even angry. The moment blame enters a conversation, walls go up and productive dialogue suffers. Now imagine if instead someone said, "I feel unheard when I talk and I'm not sure if my words matter to you." That statement feels different. It comes off as an invitation to understand rather than an accusation. This is the power of using I statements. They shift the focus from accusing the other person to sharing your own experience. A simple formula to follow is, "I feel emotion when situation," and "I'd like solution." For example, instead of saying, "You're always late and it's so annoying," try saying, "I feel frustrated when we agree on a time and it isn't met, and I would like us to find a schedule that works for both of us." Likewise, instead of saying, "You never help with anything around here," say, "I feel overwhelmed when I have to do everything on my own, and I would really appreciate it if we could share responsibilities." This small change in language can completely transform the conversation. It invites understanding and lessens the chance of a defensive reaction. Over time, these changes build mutual respect and stronger connections. Validate and acknowledge before responding. Have you ever shared something personal, only for the other person to immediately offer a solution or dismiss your feelings? Maybe you said, "I had a rough day," and the response was, "Well, at least you have a job." Even if meant well, such responses can leave you feeling unheard. Validation is the key to meaningful communication. It does not mean you have to agree with everything the other person says. It simply means acknowledging that their feelings are real and important. For example, if a friend says, "I had a terrible day at work because my boss was on my case all day," instead of replying with, "Maybe you should look for a new job," try saying, "That sounds really exhausting and stressful. I can understand why you feel overwhelmed." This act of acknowledgement makes the other person feel seen and understood. Often, people are not asking for solutions. They simply want to be heard. Taking a moment to validate their experience can deepen trust and connection. 4. Read between the lines. Body language and tone. Remember, communication is not just about words. Studies suggest that 70 to 90% of communication is nonverbal. This means that how you say something can be even more important than the words you choose. Consider a time when someone said, "I'm fine," while their body language told a different story. Maybe their arms were crossed or their tone was flat and disengaged. Even though the words were positive, the nonverbal cues suggested otherwise. Paying attention to tone and body language is crucial. For example, if someone says, "I guess I'm okay," but avoids eye contact and lets out a deep sigh, it might indicate that they need more support than they are expressing verbally. You might gently ask, "I sense that something might be bothering you. Would you like to talk about it?" And remember, the way you use nonverbal signals also affects how your message is received. A warm smile, open arms, and a calm tone can encourage a more open and honest dialogue. In contrast, crossed arms, eye rolling, or sarcasm can completely undermine your intended message. 5. Know when to pause and breathe. Have you ever said something in the heat of the moment that you later regretted? Words are powerful tools that can either heal or harm relationships. When emotions run high, the best action is to pause and breathe. Taking a moment before you respond allows you to gather your thoughts. If you feel overwhelmed, simply say, "I need a moment to collect my thoughts." This pause can prevent the escalation of conflict and allow for a more thoughtful response. By giving yourself time to reflect, you can choose words that are less likely to cause harm. This simple act can transform a heated argument into a constructive discussion. Over time, learning to pause and breathe builds emotional resilience and better communication habits. 6. Ask clarifying questions. Instead of assuming, misunderstandings often arise from assumptions. Rather than assuming you know what someone means, try asking clarifying questions. For instance, if a friend remarks, "I don't think this is working," resist the urge to jump to conclusions about the entire relationship or situation. Instead, ask, "What part isn't working for you?" This question opens up space for a clearer conversation. Clarifying questions help ensure that both parties are on the same page. They prevent unnecessary conflicts and reduce the chances of miscommunication. By showing genuine curiosity, you invite a deeper dialogue that benefits both of you. Asking questions not only clarifies meanings, but also demonstrates your commitment to understanding. 7. Practice active listening. Many of us listen with the intent to respond rather than to understand. Think about how often you start formulating your reply while the other person is still speaking. Active listening means giving your full attention to the speaker. This involves putting away distractions like your phone and maintaining eye contact. It means really engaging with the speaker's words, tone, and body language. Try repeating back what you've heard with phrases like, "So what you're saying is," or "It sounds like you're feeling." This technique confirms your understanding and shows that you care. Active listening builds trust and fosters a supportive environment for honest conversation. Over time, it can help reduce conflicts and increase empathy in your relationships. 8. Embrace patience and empathy in communication. Effective communication is as much about patience as it is about expression. Sometimes the best conversations require a slow and steady pace. Patience allows both parties to fully articulate their thoughts without interruption. It gives time for emotions to settle and thoughts to be clarified. Empathy plays a crucial role in this process. When you listen with empathy, you try to understand the other person's perspective. This means acknowledging their feelings, even if you do not agree with them. Empathy opens the door for deeper understanding and mutual respect. It transforms a conversation into an opportunity for growth and healing. By embracing both patience and empathy, you can navigate even the most challenging discussions with grace. Final thoughts. Mastering emotional communication goes far beyond just choosing the right words. It is about how you listen, how you respond, and how you create a safe space for honest conversation. When you name your emotions clearly, validate others, and practice active listening, you pave the way for stronger relationships. These techniques help you avoid unnecessary conflicts and empower you to express yourself confidently. Every conversation becomes an opportunity to build trust and understanding. As you incorporate these techniques into your daily interactions, you will notice a profound change in your personal and professional relationships. Remember, communication is a journey, and every step you take brings you closer to more meaningful connections. Thank you for exploring these techniques with me today. If you found these tips helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights on self-improvement and effective communication. Keep practicing, stay patient, and never stop learning about the art of truly connecting with others.